Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, May 16th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, we are a part of the Rhythm Nation. My energy mantras are a little here and there right now because it's going to take me a little while to reorient into the flow that I was creating. But this one came so strongly when I was thinking about the energy of Mars moving into Aquarius. Mars moving into Aquarius is going to be a fairly important transit because we are going to have Mars retrograde in Aquarius. And Mars only goes retrograde basically, every year and a half to 2 years. So, it's significant when Mars does retrograde energy. Now, interestingly, I forgot to bring my Beyond Love cards with me, and so I was like, Joe, pick a deck. Like, what deck should I use? And he was like, feeling, and came around to the Sacred India Tarot deck, and I was like, oh, that's a very intense deck that I usually just use for myself. And the cards that I pulled, it's not the cards themselves, but this deck has insight of the card, and even though the two cards are very different, the insight is very similar and very profound and very, I feel, in alignment with this Mars into Aquarius energy. So let's just start with that. So the first card that I pulled was the Queen of Staves, Queen of Wands. Inside of the card, do you need to show loyalty to people or to things? Are you digging in your heels out of sheer stubbornness and possessiveness? That's one card I just got pointed at. The other card is the Hermit. Very different card from the Queen of Wands. But the insight of the card of the Hermit, what is it that really matters to you? Not what you think should matter, but what really does matter. What should your new priorities or goals be in the light of this understanding? So it's like, first, what's important to you? People or things? And then even beyond that, what really matters to you? Now, the reason why this is so interesting is because Mars is where we take our energy. Mars is like the director of our energy. It's the director of our yang. It's the director of our passion or aggression. And usually when it comes to yang energy, when it comes to passion or aggression, there is a goal in mind. So keeping in mind what really matters to you. That's always important when it comes to Mars. Now, the interesting thing is Aquarius. There's so many different themes of Aquarius. One of the themes is the ability to compartmentalize. One of the themes is the ability to let go. So there is that. This may be, especially through the retrograde, a season, a time, a climate of being able to release. But the most important thing I feel when it comes to Aquarius energy is being in tune with the vibrational nature of whatever it is. So with Mars and Aquarius, what are you taking action towards? What's important to you? And are you aligning with the vibrational nature of this goal? As Mars moves through Aquarius, and then later backwards through Aquarius, and then forwards again, we're going to have a lot of opportunity to sort through, let go, release, and align ourselves with the vibration. Now, one of the things I always say with Mars, the two sides of the coin, passion or aggression. So if you are feeling that aggression, if you are feeling that frustration, where are you feeling blocked? And chances are, if you're feeling blocked, there is something to be released. There's something to be let go of. I'm expecting to be pointed at again. On the other hand, if you are aligning with your passion, you are going to find the steps that take you through. Now, the other thing that's important to remember in and through this, we just had Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius. Uranus just moved into Taurus, and Taurus is that really strong yin energy. Taurus aligns with Venus. Taurus aligns with the earth. And so with that happening, we want to make sure that we are in balance with this yin energy, helping guide us through, helping us find this alignment and steer us through. I was talking about that earlier this year, that the yin really is the leader because the yin tunes us to that inner place, that Shakti energy that helps guide where exactly we go with this. So do not forget that, even as you feel the electrical, fiery nature of Mars in Uranus. Mars in Aquarius, sorry. Mars is not in Uranus. That doesn't happen. Hopefully. I'm 5 years old. Okay, so, where was I going with this? The vibrational nature of things, just getting in tune, making sure you are in tune with that. The other thing that I want to talk about with this that came up, and this is where the energy mantra really came from, was we are part of a rhythm nation. That song keeps playing in the back of my head. You know, Aquarius energy reminds us of the interwoven web that connects us all. There is nothing that you can do on this planet that does not affect somebody else on the planet. There is nothing somebody else on this planet can do that does not affect you in your life. And in that remembrance, we have to be very aware, conscious of our actions and what they're taking. You know, you can't even wish harm or ill will on somebody else without that affecting you. And so, with that in the back of your mind and this consciousness, we're a part of the Rhythm Nation. You know, your vibrations that you put out there in whatever manner that you're putting out there do affect everybody that there is. It all is affected. It all is connected. And so it's very important, again, to be very conscientious of your actions. And you can say because like it is affecting somebody else, but that just, you know, ricochets back and comes back and affects you. Be conscientious of the vibrational nature of what you're putting out there. So much right now. Make sure you're getting in that alignment with your yin. Make sure you're getting in the alignment with your own intuition, your own inner guidance. Let that guide you. Let that move you. You don't have to push things too fast, but there is going to be, I feel like through this transit, a lot of letting go going on. I have hieroglyphics here that I wrote that I cannot interpret, but how does the electricity move you? I figured it out. How does the electricity move you? How does this electric energy of this transit, of Aquarius, how is it moving you? How is it motivating you? And I would say, how are your inner electrics feeling? I wrote that post earlier this month, and I stand by it. Ground in. Take care of your nervous system. Uranus in the sign of Taurus, take care of your endocrine system. That's going to be very affected by all this. Your inner electrics, what moves you through the world, so important right now. So, astro-wise, besides this, we have the moon in Gemini. Moon in Gemini also stimulating the electric nature of things. The mind may be going off. Remember, you don't have to follow the monkey down every rabbit hole that there is. Does this rabbit hole support me? Does this rabbit hole hold a vibration that I need to explore? If so, go down the rabbit hole. If not, be like, see you later, alligator. Moon in Gemini is going to square Neptune, so you may get into one of those places where it's like esoteric knowledge versus like, oh, all of these things that I learned. Find the center within yourself when it comes to that. That can always feel like, well, which way do I go? You fall into your center. That's what's going to move you. Mars and Uranus are still going to be squaring each other. That's a little bit intense. It is going to be a bit of that yin and yang energy, but you can find that balance in it if you listen again and fall within yourself. It's usually that outside peanut gallery stuff that really affects everything. I had cards. Oh, here they are. Here are the cards. All right. So, the cards for this, falling into your center, body, mind, spirit, soul. Can you get them in agreement? I remember saying a long time ago, I think it was about a relationship. I was like, well, my heart thinks this, but my brain thinks this. And somebody was like, no, that's not right. And I was like, well, I'm just going to listen to my heart. It was like a million years ago. Well, I learned a lot of lessons from that. But really, you do want to find this place where you are in alignment, body, mind, spirit, soul, all of them. And when you're in that alignment, it's right. If something's not in that alignment, then there's something that needs to be finagled. There may be something that needs to be let go of. There may be a vibrational thing within you that needs to shift. But if you're not in that centered place, shift. Shift is definitely necessary. Understanding. I think this is important in what we talked about in regards to the Rhythm Nation, and everything affecting everybody else. Just realize these energies are so intense. Everybody is going to be affected by them. There is a lot of fear coming up. There's a lot of places where we have to realize where we're not being loving. And so bring the understanding if you can, which will help you into your personal mastery. To finish up, the yin, let the yin ground you. Tune into that Shakti energy and get beyond the illusions of what you thought you knew. I think that's going to be a big part of this Uranus transit, even Mars in Aquarius, is really learning things beyond what you thought you knew. But we'll explore that more later. Thank you, everybody, for your kind messages. I'm happy to be back. You can always book readings, GaiaBlooming.com. The better it gets, and there is enough love in the world for you. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.